Sometimes you hear people use the phrase, "that's a bold move." Well, Maddie from Homestead's Hot Sauce has built an entire brand on being bold in flavor, personality, and business. Today, we're talking about what happens when confidence meets spice and the assumptions that come with both. First up, let's do a quick recap of last week. Episode 16 is They Said I've Changed, They're Right. In this episode, we discuss why rebranding is refreshing and a positive move. There are so many assumptions that come along with the process of changing and evolving and growing. Those are all topics that we discuss and so much more. Just a friendly reminder, I am not a therapist, psychologist, or expert in human behavior of any kind. Everything I share comes from personal experience, opinions, and lots of conversations over coffee with friends. If you're struggling with something deeper, I always encourage talking to a licensed professional. As always, this is a judgment-free, assumption-checking zone. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Today, I have Maddie here from Homestead's Hot Sauce, and I'm so excited. She's probably talking to other guys. She is the podcast's third guest, and 3 is my lucky number. So I'm super excited to have her here with us. To get started, I'm going to pass it over to Maddie. So this way she can give you a little personal intro on who she is and what she has going on.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Annie. I'm super happy to be here with you today. My name is Maddie. I am the hot sauce girl. I'm the founder and CEO of my own healthy hot sauce company called Homesteads, and we are based out of New York City. And it's been my mission to raise awareness about the manufacturing industry and also bring my brand to the public eye and hopefully get into some of those really big name grocery stores.
That's so exciting. And throughout today, we'll be doing some shout outs and talking about dream collaborations. So we'll get into maybe picking your brain a little bit about what stores you want to get into and different things like that, because I am all down for women supporting women, and we'll get some tags going on social media and get you some attention, because I think what you're doing is absolutely amazing. I am a lover of spicy food myself. I had buffalo chicken nuggets last night.
Love that. Yes.
So I am all about what you're doing, and I just admire you. And from what I've seen from you on social media so far, I'm so happy that we connected. This is so fun.
Yes, me too. Yes, it's been really awesome getting to know your journey as well. I have tons of questions for you, maybe off camera sometime, because I see what you're doing. It's all very exciting.
Thank you.
Yes.
Let's jump into the first portion. It is titled The Spice Behind the Sauce, and we're just going to do a little deep dive into Homestead's hot sauce and a little bit more about Maddie. So up first is, how did Homestead's hot sauce begin? Where was the inspiration from it? Go for it.
Sure. So Homesteads is kind of like all these little threads and pieces of my life almost that just like came together. So I grew up down south. I'm a huge hot sauce lover, always was, always will be. Daddle pepper is very popular where I'm from. So I grew up enjoying different types of peppers and sauces. Plus, when I travel, it's like my favorite souvenir to get the local hot sauce. So that's always just been a little bit of a passion of mine, just in general in the foodie department. But when it came time for me to start a business, I always knew that I wanted a venture, but I just wasn't sure exactly what it was going to be. I always thought maybe it would be like kind of a showbiz thing. But I have been in the food and restaurant industry almost my entire working career. I started working very young to support myself. So kind of like this world of hot sauce mixed with manufacturing and food and all of my passions just kind of came together. I became very health conscious when I was pregnant, and that kind of leaned into the health factor that is part of the Homestead's, mantra.
I love that. And sometimes I feel like things truly just fall into line, and then the path really just right in front of you, even maybe if it wasn't something you thought you would do. So that's fun. I love that.
Thank you.
What exactly does Homesteads mean to you?
Well, homesteads is like a little bit of my old American dream. My husband and I have always talked about owning a piece of land and having chickens and raising our own food up and doing like a farm to table experience, maybe like a restaurant or something like that, or like a catering hall. And so when we were coming up with names for the business, homesteads kind of kept floating to the top because it kind of evokes that idea of owning land, living off the land, that old American dream, and kind of our pipeline dream as well. It was almost kind of like manifesting a little bit as well.
That's perfect. And I think that would be so exciting. Do you feel like because you have that name, you are manifesting like a big farmhouse and land eventually? Because I know you said you're in
Definitely.
Brooklyn.
Yes, yes, we are in the city life right now. But yes, I definitely think we're manifesting that. I mean, it would be so amazing to have a real homestead's headquarters, like actually a homestead too. I mean, yes, that is definitely where I see myself retiring in the future.
Always have to put that energy out into the universe. What was the first product you ever made? And was it immediately like really delicious right off the bat, or did you have to make adjustments?
That's such a fun question. So, the first product, yes, there was a lot of fun adjustments. Definitely, it was an interesting experience. So, the first original hot sauce was green chili hot sauce by Homesteads. It is still part of the original line. I'm very proud of it because, well, the recipe is a little bit of a family recipe. So, there is that aspect. But also, when it was time to design the labels, I actually hand drew that label from scratch and like pieced it together like a collage and then scanned it into a computer. So there was just like a lot of little elements of the green chili hot sauce that are special to me. The flavor was not perfect right away. We definitely had to work on it because the original recipe, I mentioned it was a family recipe. My husband's mom actually created this recipe. And so, yes, like it's been passed down a little bit. And it was a fresh recipe. So we had to shelf stable it. So there was like some aspects there. The first time we made it at home, we like literally exploded our apartment. We had to evacuate. Definitely like it was like so spicy. It was very funny.
That's, I feel like very special that it's a recipe that has been passed down. And that just totally ties into the whole concept of homesteads. I love this for you.
Thank
Feel like I'm also
you.
so much more about your brand. And I always admire when you turn something that's a passion of yours or something that is passed down and you get to have so much fun. Even though running a business is crazy, there's always that heart behind it that makes it really special.
Yes, definitely. The family aspect is important for us.
When did you realize that this was bigger than just a hobby?
Well, we started getting a lot of interest at the farmers market, actually. And when we kept selling out and needing to do these restocks, we knew that we actually had something special. And that's when we really started diving into the e-commerce side of things. And I would say that the farmers market was really the best playground for us to experiment and get feedback right away.
That's great. Farmers markets are so cute and just so homey and cozy.
Yeah,
And I'm a big believer in supporting small. So farmers markets, I feel like are always very special and you can meet so many people there and then learn like how people actually make a living off of all of this. And it's
yeah,
amazing.
definitely agree.
Did you ever think your personality would be bottled up and sold?
That's so funny. I mean, honestly, no, I definitely did not ever think that I would really have a product. I mean, it's pretty exciting and cool that like you can create something in your mind and then hold it in your hands and then pass it on to somebody else, which is super cool. So no, I didn't think that. Honestly, I always thought maybe I'd be like on the service side of business, but it is really cool, honestly, and it's exciting too.
I always love your social media when the spicy side of you does come out, and I think that that's so cool, and you come up on my feed, and I'm like, "Oh, look at what she did this time." It's
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I feel like spicy, it's like a double entendre. Like it could be spicy or it could be spicy.
absolutely. We're moving into segment 2, which is titled Spicy Energy Only,
Ah, love
and these are going to be some assumptions These are questions that I sent to Maddie in advance, and I have no idea what her answers are because I like to be genuinely surprised so you can get my genuine reaction. Because sometimes these assumptions are out there and very interesting. So we're going to go with number one. Some
Mm-hmm.
people assume small business means small ambition. What do you have to say about that?
I think that is an assumption people make, but that's because they don't understand what the word small business means. I think that people think small business just means like it's going to stay little, or it's not going to bring in a lot of money, or it's just going to be like a local thing. But really, what I think small business means is that it's a starting point, like a launching pad, and then businesses go through steps. So, like, the first step is to start as a small business, but then to grow. So, I think that assumption is just kind of like people don't understand fully what it means to start a business and like kind of the definitions and the lingo.
Have you ever felt like you had to prove your credibility in the food and hot sauce space?
Definitely, definitely. There are not a lot of women at the front of the hot sauce industry. It is a pretty male dominated industry. Hot sauce growing, it does have a lot of big figureheads that are, men. So as a woman trying to claim my place, I definitely have had to prove myself a little bit. I've had a few people, question my recipes or question my style or question the way I sell or the way I do things, because it's not the way they do it and it's not the way people have done it in the past. But I'm not here to kind of follow their footsteps. I'm kind of trying to trailblaze my own way. So I'm not doing things the way they do it. I'm doing things the way I want to do it.
I think that's so important. And it is a bit underrated, I think, especially when it comes to people who are comfortable in, their lane, and then they see people doing things out of their comfort zone. And instead
Mhm.
of being open-minded and considering it, people do tend to just kind of shut it down right away and pass judgment on it. So I love that you doing you.
Err.
Say that. You.
Don't at me.
All right. What's one time someone's assumption about you totally backfired on them?
Ooh, okay. So I do have like a little thing like kind of going on right now. So there's like a group of people that kind of were assuming that I was, I don't know, trying to use them for fame or something like that. But really what I'm doing is I'm exploring my options. So I feel like that backfired because they did make a post about it and they ended up like not naming me by name, but like a lot of people like messaged me and they were like, hey, like these people don't know what they're talking about. Like, and so I feel like that backfired on them because it really just made them look a little bit bad. And it didn't really reflect on me because I didn't even respond to it or like answer to it. I just like held that in my mind.
Yeah. Sometimes it's best not to engage. It doesn't
Yeah.
really get anyone anywhere. Occasionally I do Dancing with the Stars reviews, and then
Ah,
like the average person watching it who hasn't done ballroom dancing, they tend to have something to say. And then
yep.
in my mind, I'm like, we're just not going to reply to this right now.
Yep.
I'll leave
Yep.
that exactly where it is and move on.
Totally agree. Yeah. Like sometimes like not engaging is the best way, but like I clock it. I'm watching.
Yes. What's one stereotype about the hot sauce world that drives you crazy?
Okay, so everybody thinks that hot sauce means it's hot because like I get so many people at the market who are like, "No, I'm scared. I'm scared." I'm like, "Please don't be scared of my sauces." While we do have like hot spectrum styles and that is a thing for sure, a lot of people are trying to make well-balanced flavors like myself. And so I think like some people are just like too afraid to try it, or they think hot sauces mean it's just super hot, going to kill you, like hot wings, like hot one style. But not all hot sauces are that hot, and it's definitely like, willing to try something new.
My cousins and we did Hot Ones lineup once, and we like
Ooh.
in and we picked like the one that we specifically wanted to try, but we made sure that it increased. And
Yeah.
I believe by the last one of my cousins was outside running the hose.
Oh my god.
Helping us. It was so
No.
hot.
That's a great hot sauce story, though.
The beginning ones were really enjoyable though, and they weren't spicy. They just had like such unique flavors, and
Yeah.
I
See, that's where it's at.
it is. Yes, there's so many to try, and they aren't all spicy. Okay, have you heard an assumption about your products that made you laugh out loud?
Hmm. Yes. Okay, so somebody said that it was illegal to put daddle pepper and tomato together. And I do have a sauce that has those two ingredients. And so they were trying to call me out. But so they were a hot sauce community member, but that's our best-selling sauce that people love. So I personally think that just because you're not used to combining ingredients or you have your way of doing things doesn't mean that something new can't come along and surprise people. So, yes, like that, the assumption that you have like illegal combinations, like that doesn't even exist.
That is so strange. It's
Yes.
like the word illegal when it
Yeah,
comes
like,
to hot sauce. Very weird.
yeah. Like I'm
Oh,
telling you, the people in the hot sauce community have been so welcoming, but there have been a few people who definitely want to like assert their dominance, you know?
yeah. Um, what is that pepper that you mentioned?
Daddle pepper. Um, Actually, it's my hometown pepper. I grew up in St. Augustine, and daddle pepper is our hometown pepper. It's like a medium heat, sweet heat style, and it's so popular down south. So that's why I made a hot sauce with it because it's definitely like a little bit of a reflection of where I come from.
I've actually never heard of that pepper before. I'm
Yes, I definitely think it's going to become popular. I think that it is going to start trending soon. I definitely do because down south it is very popular. Florida, Georgia, Virginia, for sure.
Okay, I learned about a new pepper today. If your brand could respond to one ridiculous assumption, what would it say?
That you need sugar in your hot sauce for it to be delicious. I definitely believe that you can have sweet and spicy flavors without sugar, but I think that a lot of companies, instead of like trying to achieve those flavor profiles naturally, are just like adding processed sugar to their products. I think that's an assumption that needs to be broken for sure.
I don't know that I would ever have thought about like checking sugar and hot sauce and things like that. But again, I guess
Yeah.
it depends on like, am I looking for just like a lot of spice tonight? Because if I
Mhm.
think that I would necessarily consider sugar in it, that's very interesting.
Okay, so I'll just like say this really quickly. A
Mhm.
lot of hot sauces use sugar as even the first, second, or third ingredient, even the big names that we know and love. And a
Mhm.
lot of them are going to be forced to reformulate their recipes because many of those big names that we know and love also were using red dye 40. So people don't always check the ingredients on their condiments, but a lot of empty calories come from your, salad dressings, your sauces, your dipping sauces, even your hot sauces. So that is kind of the basis of homesteads is like a stand against that kind of thing.
One thing I did notice, a brand of ketchup a while ago sent me their no sugar added ketchup, and I have to, when I tried it for the first time, I was a bit shocked because it never occurred to me how sweet it actually was. So
Mm-hmm.
when I started going with the no sugar one, I like find it very hard to have sugar even in my ketchup now because now it's so like it's so unnecessary.
Exactly. Yeah. So that right there shows you that there is a little bit of a trend picking up in the CPG, in the condiment industry, where consumers are becoming more health conscious and now the brands are responding.
What's the most frustrating assumption made about women entrepreneurs?
Am I allowed to say bad words? I don't know.
Um, okay. So what I've decided to do is that if you say a bad word, you have to tell me like what sound effect you want me to bleep it out with. Because I don't think I feel like the regular bleep just is me. So you just have to tell me what sound you want me to
Ooh,
bleep.
wow. Okay. So maybe like a horn honk.
Okay.
So I feel like a lot of people think that female entrepreneurs are like, and I think that's because we stand in our power and we assert ourselves. We're not necessarily people pleasers anymore. And I think that's why. But I personally think that standing in your power doesn't make you I think it makes you somebody who knows what you want.
It's true. I feel like there is a lot of like even the terms like difficult things like that. Just when you're really standing up for yourself in a sense, and you're just being you. And a lot of times I feel like those words come out and it's just so unnecessary. Plus, just like the name calling in general is just so.
Yeah, definitely agree. I think that trying to like keep an open mind about people, especially like in business, because we come from all walks of life, like literally, I think it's such an important thing when you're looking to meet new people and network, especially.
What's the one assumption you want people to stop making about you for good?
um I mean, I think that people think that I'm still a party girl, but I'm not. I am a reformed baddie. So I would love for people to start seeing, this new side of me, this like strong business CEO side, and maybe less of like the party girl side.
Okay, all right. We're moving into segment 3, which is balancing the burn. How do you find balance between business, relationships, and life overall?
Well, right now it is a little difficult only just because like my husband and I are part of the business together. So our relationship is meshed with business. And so is the family in a way. We're all kind of living this homesteads family, business situation. But one of the ways that we do find balance is with our garden. So definitely going out to the garden is very peaceful. And I love doing that with my husband. Like we did this morning, we did a harvest together. It was just us, no kids, we got to be together. So that is kind of like our, I don't know, safe haven.
That's really sweet that you still have a little space for you two without the kids, because obviously you love your kids, but it's always special to just have that time together. And that's
Yeah.
really sweet that you can find it in a little moment. People maybe think sometimes it has to be a big gesture, but the little moments, I feel like we need to really appreciate them more and more, especially as time goes on.
Yeah, I think it's like those little moments that happen like when you're older that you look back on and like really remember even.
Oh, I love that. Okay, this is a fun one, and I really want to throw this at you. If your brand had a dating profile, what would it say?
XXX spicy. No. I think that the profile, like kind of like caption, I guess, would kind of be like looking for people. I don't know. That's so funny. Let me try and think. I haven't had a dating profile in a long time. I've been married, so I've got to try and get in my space. Okay, I'm homesteads. Okay. So I think the dating profile would be like looking for others who want to run away together and live off the land or something like that.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's a good question. I gotta come up with one. A real good solid answer on that.
That was really cute, though. I like that. That was cute. Do you have any advice for women who want to start something creative but don't know where to begin?
Yes. My advice would be to lean into your passions. So, whatever that is, even if you have a passion that you don't think, oh, how can I be creative on that? Or how can I monetize it? There's always a way. And leaning into your passion is going to help because it helps you stay creative when you're feeling funky. When you choose something you're very passionate about, it's easy to talk about. It's easy to spread the word. Plus, it's easy to, build off the ideas. And you can be passionate about all kinds of things. Pop culture, people become, bloggers on pop culture, or they are commentors, or, if you're a dancer, there's ways to find work dancing through teaching or, performance. And you're a dancer, so I mean, whatever you're passionate about, there is definitely a way to turn it into something that you can build into a brand and monetize.
It's true. There's so many different ways to pretty much, I feel like, monetize almost anything at this
Hmm.
point.
Yeah,
Just,
definitely agree with that.
I saw your gorgeous photo shoot on the pier by
Thank you.
Nathan's.
Ooh.
What's one spicy piece of advice you'd give to anyone who's afraid to stand out?
A lot of people don't know this about me, but I do get a little bit of anxiety, performance anxiety, like right before I'm supposed to like step into the spotlight. And one of the things that I always do is I kind of turn on my persona. And the way I do that is by listening to my favorite music and just really getting in the zone. And I spend about 5 minutes just really tuning myself into, my music and how I feel and all of that. And then it becomes a lot easier to step into the spotlight. So my recommendation is picking out a playlist that really gets you going, all your favorite songs, upbeat music, positivity, and listening to it right before you have to do anything important.
What's on your playlist?
All the best pop stuff. Okay, so my playlist does revolve, but whenever I'm trying to, get energized for, any kind of engagement, whether it's like, talking about the brand or markets or live streams or anything, it's always pop. Okay, so
Okay.
right now we definitely got Lady Gaga Dead Dance on there. We've got Cat's Eye Gabriella. Okay, so I just discovered a couple of new artists. Say Now is a group of three girls that has some really good stuff. Definitely banging choreography. Love them right now. Also, I love Frequency. That was the Netflix Building a Band band winner. So I'm obsessed with them as well. You can always definitely find some Britney intermixed in there because Circus is one of my go-tos. Womanizer is one of my go-tos, just to get, like the upbeat energy going. So yes, love my pop girlies.
Gave me so many new artists I need to check out.
Yes.
My playlists generally, they're kind of all over the place, also because I have some dance music mixed
Mm,
in. So I
yes.
have definitely some like Latin influences come in because of
Love
ballroom
that.
dancing and things like that. There's actually like a lot of Viennese waltzes on my playlist as well because Teddy Swims has some good ones, and so does Jelly
Yeah.
Roll.
I love
So
it.
my playlist is all over the place, but you definitely gave me some
Yes.
artists that I need to check out for sure.
Definitely if you're a pop girly. I mean, I'm like right now kind of discovering a lot of new artists and it's been really fun. I feel like right now the pop music scene is just blowing up again and it is reminding me of like music from when I was growing up in high school. It's very amazing throwback style and I love the music right now in pop.
I'm definitely going to check those out. How do you deal with burnout?
Okay, I was dealing with burnout even recently. I feel like the way I deal with it is by taking a full day off. Like I literally will take a full 24 hours off, even like from kind of momming a little bit. I'm so fortunate to have my husband who helps me. So I understand that not everybody is afforded that, kind of luxury to even take a full break, even from mom duties. But I'll like kind of watch Harry Potter or Forensic Files and like chill in my room, turn off my phone, keep the lights down low and recharge my battery. And then that usually does the trick for me.
Okay. So you mentioned Forensic Files. What
Yeah.
other shows do you generally?
I'm a huge true crime fan. I grew up listening to true crime radio with my mom when I was a kid, which might be weird, but like definitely was alive for the OJ trial. Okay. So true crime for sure. Lots of ID and investigation discovery stuff. But I am a huge like fiction fan. So when it comes to TV shows, The Sopranos is my go-to comfort TV show. Absolutely love The Sopranos. Also, anything fantasy. So, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. I'm a huge super fan. So, I read all those books. And when it's time to watch the shows, I am tuned in, dialed in, turned off on my phones. Like, you can't reach me. So, yes, that's my go tos.
You're ready to go. All right,
Yeah.
that's so fun to learn about you. I love that so
Thanks.
much. What does confidence look like to you right now?
Well, confidence for me kind of just looks like unapologetically pitching my brand, despite the fact that I'm sure people are probably tired about hearing of it. I mean, I've had people even send me messages like, are you ever going to talk about anything else? And for me, like, I think confidence right now is just taking those comments and, still continuing on my path because I know it's the right path for me.
I think that's so wild that people ask, like, are you ever going to stop talking about that? You know,
Yeah.
It's very clearly like your life. So, what else would you talk about?
I know, right?
We are going to move into the last portion, which is sweet moments and hot takes. We're going to do some rapid fire. And then there's one that you can totally take a little bit of time to think about because
Okay.
I was just kind of really curious about it, but it's the last one. So we'll make our way down to that one. So,
Okay.
number one is what's your go-to comfort meal?
Lasagna.
Okay. Little
Yeah.
Italian.
Love Italian food. I'm not Italian personally, but I love Italian food.
I love that. I try to recreate some of my Nani's recipes
Mhm.
and they come out so interesting sometimes. I'm just like, oh, I really hope she's not paying attention to what I'm doing right now.
Love that. Yes. Shout out to her.
What's the spiciest thing you've ever eaten?
Okay, I grew it myself. It's an Orion pepper. It's an Italian pepper, by the way, Italian heirloom style. Came out purple, Gothic style foliage, so it's black and green. It is the spiciest thing. I was literally crying. I was sweating, sweating on my lips, sweating through my eyes. It was dangerously hot. Will not do it again.
Noted for
Yeah,
sure.
the Orion. Nope.
What was the time you felt like you were too hot to handle, figuratively or literally?
Um, okay, so sometimes like okay, so you mentioned my recent photo shoot, which I'm like
Mhm.
totally myself, but as you saw, I do appear, I am not, but I appear shirtless. And I was wondering if maybe it was too much. I was, but I don't know. I still don't know. I just went for it anyway. I just did it. So, maybe it was too hot. I don't know.
Think so. I think that that was so empowering to like see you go out there and do that. And to be honest, I thought you didn't have a shirt on, but like that didn't really matter to me. I don't really care. You see some of the photos that I post. So for me,
Okay,
I'm like,
so like basically like I had the white shirt, like covering me all up on the front. I had a bra on, but I had unbuckled it, and hid the straps. So it was like kind of this illusion concept. It was kind of like a fun experience. Have to admit, there were onlookers. I had people hyping me up. There were some really nice ladies that stayed the whole shoot as onlookers. And at the end, I had a bunch of bottles with me, like as props. I gave them, of course, because they were hyping me up so nicely. It was really kind, actually.
I love that, especially when you get the hype from some strangers. That's really
Yeah,
fun.
in public, like so random.
What song feels like your brand?
Mm, Carlos Santana, I would say. What is the name of the song? I feel like I just posted with it too. She remind me of a West Side Story, growing up in Spanish Harlem.
I
you
don't
know,
know the name. The
um,
one I always know off the top of my head because it's a
yeah,
cha-cha is Smooth.
you're living the life just like a movie star.
I know exactly what
Maria,
you're talking about, but I don't know the
Maria.
name.
I feel like it's that one. I feel like
Okay,
it's that one. Sizzly.
that's really cute. Sizzling. I like that. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Night owl, 100%. Had to adapt to the morning, definitely.
Okay. What's one thing you do instantly that makes you feel bold?
My makeup.
I like that. I've been enjoying your recent Get Ready With Me's too. I think those
Thanks.
are really fun.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with that actually, showing kind of like a different side of my editing skills and stuff like that. It's been really fun.
I love that. All right, what is your dream collab?
Okay, I have always wanted a dream collab with Selena Gomez. I had such a good idea to do a Rare Beauty Homesteads inspired collab. I want to do a lip plumper.
I like that. Yeah, because
Yeah,
a little spice in there. Ooh.
yes, but can you
That's
believe She ended up, I can't even believe this. Selena Gomez ended up doing a hot sauce collab with Tajín. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Wait, so I heard that there was a color that had that name, but I didn't put two and two
Yeah.
together that it was
Yeah.
actually a
And
collab.
I couldn't believe it because I had literally been talking about this collab that I wanted to do with Selena Gomez since like last year. I think I even like published it. It was like a quote in an article even. And then literally she did it with like another hot sauce. Of course, she probably never even saw my quote, like definitely not. But I was like, wow, like I definitely had the right thought, you know, like the concept anyway. And so I felt good about that. Love Rare Beauty. Definitely would love to work with her.
That's really fun. I do have, I'm actually not wearing, oh, I am wearing Rare Beauty. I actually put blush on today,
Love it.
which I don't usually reach for it. So this is actually interesting that I did reach for it. And then you just said that. All right. So this is the one you're totally allowed to think about it
Okay.
if you need a little bit of time. But I want to know because I'm a big fan of the show. So if you could pitch yourself to Hot Ones, what would you say?
I would say, so, okay, here's my question.
Mhm.
Am I going to pitch my brand or am I going to be a guest on the show?
I was thinking like your brand
Okay.
because like to have you in the hot sauce lineup.
Got it. Okay. So if we were going to be in the hot sauce lineup, I would pitch, first of all, I'd pitch my daddle pepper hot sauce because it's like a little bit of like a spicier style. So I would tell them that they definitely need to have homesteads in their lineup for so many reasons. But the first reason is to definitely show representation to women-owned businesses and also to show support for small businesses and healthier choices. Plus, I would also mention that homesteads would be such an amazing addition to the lineup, especially because they do have a lot of guests who are vegan and our hot sauce is actually vegan. So they would be able to, you know, have a lot of different guests enjoy it.
And
Did I sell you?
yes, I'm manifesting this for you because I want to be watching it one day and see that Homesteads is in the lineup because I think that that's like so exciting.
Thank you.
And I love watching that show. I think it's so fun.
Yes, I would say my favorite episode is definitely Ariana Grande's. She is such a baddie. She handled every single sauce.
I have to admit that I like the one with Gordon Ramsay. Also because that was where he demonstrated how to make like the perfect scrambled eggs. And ever since I watched that episode, I only make my scrambled eggs the way that Gordon Ramsay showed him how.
Love that. I love that. Yes, that's so, yes, I love Gordon, by the way. His personality is on point.
I love it. I think it's like relatable in the sense that it just comes out,
Yep.
and I mean, I believe he's really just being himself most of the time when he's on these
Definitely.
shows.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
All right. So I am so excited that we had this opportunity to chat. I learned so much about you and peppers and your background and all good things. I want you to tell everyone where they can find you, where they can find homesteads, and throw out some shout outs for any dream collabs. You mentioned you wanted to get into certain stores, so go for it and we're going to tag them.
Awesome. So thank you so much, you guys, first of all, for having me. I did have so much fun chatting with you, and I cannot wait to ask you all my questions for you later. Very excited. If you guys are looking to connect with me, you can connect with me on Instagram at Maddy the Hot Sauce Girl or through the business account at Homestead's Hot Sauce. I also have a YouTube channel, which is also Maddy the Hot Sauce Girl, where I post a lot of BTS about what it's like to own and operate a business and bootstrap it from the ground up. And in addition to that, I am live streaming every day on TikTok. That's at Maddy _ the Hot Sauce Girl. So looking forward to everybody reaching out. Some of my dream collabs and places where I would love to see Homestead's hot sauce, of course, are some of those very big, well-known names like Whole Food, Walmart, Target. But I don't want to just see Homestead's on the hot sauce or condiment aisle. I want to see our product on the kosher aisle because we do have a kosher certification, which is very personal to me. I think it's really important to have all types of food available for everybody, no matter why they're on a diet restriction, if it's for health reasons or for personal reasons. I think that everybody should have something to enjoy. And one of the things that I think would be amazing is to see more hot sauces in the kosher aisle at Whole Foods, Walmart, and Target.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. Everyone, make sure to give Maddie a follow. Show her some love on social media. Check out Homesteads. I know I will be. I already mentioned I am a sucker for hot sauce. Tune in to She's Probably Talking to Other Guys, and check us out on Instagram for a little bit of behind the scenes. Tune in, and I'll see you next week.